All right. Hey, everyone. I am here with Jaime, Reagan, Hensley. Hey, Jaime. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jennifer?
Great. So you're with FC Tucker out of Indianapolis, Indiana. And we were chatting, and I think we talk a lot about like unique selling proposition and what differentiates you from other agents. And you've been working on that.
Yeah, I try to tweak it every once in a while.
Yeah, because you've been in real estate for over 5 years. Yeah.
Five.
But your family's been in real estate for a
Yeah.
while.
My past careers, I kind of always say I hovered over real estate because I was in mortgages.
Avoided it, I think is the word you're looking for.
Well, avoided it. I don't know. I did mortgages for a while. Was
Yeah.
in kind of new home construction for a while. So it's I've just always
Avoided being a realtor.
yeah
And here you
yeah
are.
yeah
Yeah.
right.
So let's just talk about why do you think it's important to have like a unique selling proposition? Because we do hear that all the time.
All the time. Yep.
But
And
why?
uh, you know, people are going to want to know why they want to work with you.
And why is it so hard for us to come up with one?
It is hard. I think it's hard to see in yourself
Yeah.
what your value is.
Yeah.
People are easier, and really, that's I think a good way to find out is ask other people. What do you
Hmm.
think your strengths are?
Yeah, I like that idea because it's like how you're viewed how you're viewed by other people and how you view yourself can sometimes be different. But especially like people that have done business with you, it's like, okay, maybe even asking them, like, what I know you interviewed other agents, what prompted you to choose me, right?
Right, right. And that's a scary thing sometimes to ask, especially if you're new.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to say, what did I do that you really appreciated and you thought was great, and tell me what you think I should do differently.
But then it seems like we all end up with the same thing, right? It's like your clients trust you. That's why they choose you. They thought you could get it done.
Right. Yeah. And right now, with the market being the way it is,
Mhm.
my funny tagline with people is, a monkey could put a sign in your yard and it would sell right now. Uh,
True.
but what you need is somebody to handle the process, and that's where your unique value comes
Well,
in.
and to maximize their equity too, like, yeah, anybody can sell it.
Right.
Anyone can sell it. If for sale by owner is going to sell, but like, what are you leaving on the table is the question.
Yeah.
And that's the differentiator, right?
Because that's what we want, is we want to get the most value for our clients.
So tell us about like your process, why you change it and tweak it regularly, and then help us if somebody's looking to develop their unique value proposition or maybe upgrade it. What are like some of your recommendations and steps they can follow to do that?
Well, I do think it's key that you have to adapt to market conditions,
Yeah.
because like right now, it's this crazy seller's market. So you have to be able to adapt. And I
Yeah.
think that is really key to most agents, is adapting to all the different scenarios you're going to run into.
Right. So like even
I
just
call
using that word is like how do you as an agent help not only how do you adapt, how do you stay adaptable, and how do you help your clients also be adaptable, right? Like are you maybe asking your questions like, okay, how do you stay adaptable? Talking with other agents regularly, are you actively talking with agents, because if you are, under what circumstances? And so part of it is like, maybe you actively communicate about the sale of their home.
Right. And it's important to talk to other agents, because also you learn from them too. I
Yeah.
don't look at other agents as competition. I look at them as we learn from each
Well,
other.
so many agents, I get the question of like, should I friend other agents? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
have, I'm in a couple of Facebook groups, and I've gotten all kinds of great ideas on
Yeah.
things, because there's so much out there.
Well, I've made some good friends like because of this podcast. Like when I was in Chicago, I don't the What Would You Do segment I do with Rachel Reel, we met because of the podcast. And so anytime I'm in Chicago, I visit her. I
Yeah,
visited one of our other colleagues there in Indy. I should have saw you. You were busy though all weekend.
yeah. But it is a collaboration, though. It's
Yeah, for sure.
and that's important. Just more of a on the value proposition, having critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
Because you're going to run into scenarios that you've never run into before. Happens
Yeah.
all the time.
All the time, even if
All the
you've seen it all.
Yeah, and there'll be more that we haven't seen. But yes, critical thinking, problem solving, you really have to be good at that.
I think too, what you're making me think of is, would the client even know that this is what they were looking for?
Right. They
Right.
probably, they just know they want somebody that's going to sell their house and get the
Right.
most.
And they don't understand like what it takes. So when you're bringing up adaptability, you're bringing up critical thinking skills, it gives you an opportunity as the agent to showcase some of your skills. And maybe like, you don't want to scare them by telling like a story. You want to put them at ease and assure them, but you also want to demonstrate it, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't think that before I was in real estate, I remember we had sold a house and I thought, how do the agents like know that our house is on the market? I mean, didn't understand how it
Yeah.
all, do they have a meeting once a week? And just, I just had no idea. So I think a lot of people just don't know.
Yeah.
It works.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's important to kind of, there's a thing in my listing presentation, an article that I have that it's something I found on the internet, 184 things I'll do for you.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. And it's great.
There's probably like 484 things now. That's an old list. Yeah.
But that people just don't understand and the detail that that you need.
But I think what we're bringing up too here is something for people to think about. It's like you had started off by saying, ask your friends and colleagues and people that you've worked with what they think, like how they view you. And it's also like that is explaining your unique value proposition is not something that's like anointed on you. Like people can feel it before it happens, right?
You know what it is.
Yes.
And it really has to become, it evolves organically, you just,
Yeah.
and it does take some transactions and some time before you realize, wow, I'm good at this, or this.
But if you've been in business before you were a real estate agent, you're going to carry those uniquenesses about you into real estate. And so you still can make a unique value proposition as a new agent.
Sure, you can. Yes. You just take those. There's a lot of transferable skills from, like I always say, years ago, I was a teller in a bank. And that taught me just dealing with customers and
all kinds of customers.
All kinds of customers
that want their money.
Yeah. Yeah. So that taught me customer service and relationships. So everything you do is a step towards the next thing.
But I kind of like what you said too in the beginning. It's like tip one is just like take a breath and think, like just think about how you behave, how you're perceived by others, what draws people to you, who are those types of people. Because like what would you say is the biggest benefit to developing your unique value proposition as a realtor?
The biggest benefit, well, it's for clients. I mean, it's for clients them at ease to know that you can handle this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love it. It's like, yeah, you're the calm amongst the storm. I think it also helps you as an agent develop who your ideal client is. And so you can then tailor to go after them. So like, for example, like I call expireds and for sale by owners often, but my unique value proposition is very well aligned with for sale by owners, like 100% aligned. And that makes sense. So now that I know that, I can be like, oh, well, I can double down on for sale by owners. Whereas like other people, it may not align, so it doesn't make sense.
Right. Don't do that.
Right.
Work.
They may align better with like home buyers or like first time home buyers or something like that, where nothing that I do is aligned with that. Like it's not my people,
Yeah. I mean, because there's all kinds of different clients. There's the first time home buyers. There's the people that are downsizing and, maybe moving to assisted livings. I've had those before.
Yeah.
There are your $1 million cash buyers. I mean, some I now feel comfortable working with those type of people. So you just know who you work who you can work with.
Yeah. And then once you've developed your value proposition and it becomes clear who your client is, then you can talk to them a lot easier, and likely your ratio, and you'll have more confidence in talking to them too, I imagine.
Yeah, you want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be comfortable with them. I would tell people, I'm going to be in your business, so I'm calling you all the time. It's just what I do.
Be in your business. So they have to like you.
That's a big part. Your home is usually one of the largest things you buy or sell. Absolutely. And one of the most important things in your life.
Yeah.
And I always say I like to help families. I don't sell. I just want to help families.
Yeah. Right.
That's another value proposition,
Yeah. And see, like, I want to do that too, but like for me, that's not my primary objective. Like, I want to get you the most amount of money for this house.
Yes.
And that's like if I said, well, I just want to help families, it would sound almost disingenuous.
Well, actually, there are some people that just want to sell it for the most money.
Yeah.
And then there are those people that say, everybody has different timelines.
Yeah.
Do you want to sell it fast? Do you want to get the most money? I mean, there's just different timelines.
No, exactly. And you're right. I mean, we've all had clients where it's like, well, I want to sell it to like a family who's going to love it as much as I do. And see, those people would be better with you. Because I'll be like, that's stupid.
That's stupid. Would you tell them that, Jennifer? That's stupid.
I mean, it depends on who it is. I might. That's part of my unique value proposition.
Like it is. Yeah.
So when you're changing and editing and thinking about yours, how long does it take you, or what is your process?
I think it's important to think through things and not be take care of it, because it's really important, your value proposition. So I think I had one down day, had a down day at home.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote out, like, kind of brainstormed and just wrote out things, and then whittled it down and brainstormed some more and whittled it down, and then bounced it off my managing broker.
Nice.
Helped me a lot. And I bounced it off my husband. He didn't listen much. I'm like, listen.
It's different,
Yeah.
So do you have it finalized that you could share with us?
Yeah, I do. My value proposition is, I always say that there are 3 key components to a real estate transaction: preparation, communication, and execution. Mm-hmm. And preparation is so important, even in this fast market where things are selling and you really probably don't need to stage it. You want to set a tone. Mm-hmm. You want to get the most for your money. Mm-hmm. So prep your home. Mm-hmm. I'm big on preparation. I always tell people I've run 9 marathons. You don't go run a marathon without preparing.
No, you should just not run them, honestly, Jaime.
If you don't prepare, you're going to throw up the entire course.
It's not going to be good.
I want to do that. So that's my preparation, because it's important. And then communication, I'm really big on communication and updating clients routinely. Mm-hmm. Even if there's nothing to say. Say you've got a listing and there's been no showings, I'm still going to call you. I'm going to tell you.
Thank you. Can we just put that out there? Just because there's nothing to talk about doesn't mean you don't communicate. Dang, this little bonus tip.
Yes.
Makes me insane. Everybody knows there's been no showings. Freaking call them.
Yeah, just call them and say, hey, I haven't forgot about you.
Right.
And a conversation where you might need to do some adjusting.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that.
You're
okay.
Welcome. We didn't even talk about that before.
I know. No. We're going to do a whole nother video on communication.
And then execution, those last part. And that, I have systems in place that will take this process smoothly, because you want it to go as smoothly as you can. There's going to be hiccups.
Yeah.
To have a process. And those are my value propositions.
But I like it because you consolidated it into the 3 points. You demonstrated it by saying and it's like demonstrative, okay, client, this is how it affects you. the client. You know what I mean? Like it's not, oh, yeah, exactly. Like you said, it'll show how it helps them and benefits them. And it is about them, right? And it demonstrates to them that you're focused on helping them accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. And it gives you a chance to reiterate their values and their goals so that they feel heard.
Right. Yes. Because you want to ask them what's important to you.
Right.
Important that, do you want, somebody to love your house the way you did? Do you just want to sell it? Are you not emotionally attached to this house? That kind of thing.
Right. Well, and two, knowing their motivation, like really knowing and understanding their motivation will help you when you run into trouble, because there will be, nothing is perfect, right? Like there's going to be something.
Yeah. I've started a book. Have you?
Yeah. Mine's a movie. Mine's a horror film. No.
Yeah. I've got stories.
Exactly. It's crazy out there.
We all do.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think this is like such a great topic. I think it's an easily overlooked topic, but it's like so important. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you bring value because
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Well, thank you, Jaime. Oh, you meant you, like.
You do with these. We want. That's what we want to do for our clients.
Yeah.
We want them to be happy at the end. We want to get them to the closing table. I always say that's the finish line for me, is the closing table.
Right.
And it's a process, and you should have processes, and that's our value.
No, I think it's perfect.
Brain fog.
I got you.
I have ferns hanging up here, and there are bird nests in them, and the mama birds are probably not very happy with me because
you're too close
to the babies. So
yeah, I hope they don't attack you.
They build a nest in my ferns.
Well, they need a nice place.
Flying around.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you being on. And if people do have a referral in Indy for you, or they just have a question for you, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way, any way is good. I can text, email, phone call. We can put my contact information.
Yeah, why don't you give us your phone number and your email, and then I'll put it in the notes too.
Yeah. Phone number 317-370-5264. And then my email, it's a long one. There's a short version. I'll give you that one. It's easier. Jrhensley at talktotucker.com.
That one's easy.
That's an easy one.
All right. Well, thanks again, Jaime. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me on, and good luck. Have a great day.
You too.